In a small village surrounded by green hills lived a young woman named Grace. She was kind, hardworking, and deeply devoted to God. But life had not been easy for her. Grace lived with her elderly mother in a little house with a leaking roof. Every morning, before the sun rose, Grace would kneel beside her bed and pray. "Father, I don't know what tomorrow will bring, but I trust you. Please give me strength to keep going." Her mother was often sick, and there were days when they barely had enough food to eat. Grace searched for work everywhere, but every opportunity seemed to disappear just when she thought things were getting better. One evening, Grace returned home tired and discouraged. Her mother looked at her and gently asked, "My child, did you find work today?" Grace forced a smile. "No, Mama. But don't worry. God will make a way." That night, after her mother fell asleep, Grace sat alone near the window. Tears rolled down her cheeks. "God," she whispered, "I have prayed for so long. I believe you can help me, but sometimes I don't understand why the answer is taking so long." She wiped her tears and looked toward the sky. "Still, I will trust you." The next morning, Grace decided to walk to the neighboring town. She had heard that a small school was looking for someone to help with cleaning and organizing books. After walking for hours, she finally arrived. The school administrator looked at her application and said, "I'm sorry, Grace. We already have someone for the position." Grace lowered her head. "Thank you for listening to me," she said quietly. As she turned to leave, an elderly teacher stopped her. "Wait, you said you know how to read and write well?" "Yes, ma'am." The teacher smiled. "Our assistant teacher suddenly became ill. We need someone to help the children for a few days. Would you be willing to help?" Grace's eyes filled with tears. "Yes." Those few days became weeks. Grace worked faithfully, caring for the children as though they were her own brothers and sisters. The school administrator noticed her dedication. One afternoon, he called Grace into his office. "We have decided to offer you a permanent position." Grace could hardly believe what she was hearing. "Are you serious?" "Yes. Your patience, kindness, and hard work have touched everyone here." Grace covered her face as tears flowed down her cheeks. That evening, she ran home. "Mama! Mama!" Her mother looked up. "What happened?" Grace knelt beside her and held her hands. "God answered our prayer." Her mother began to cry. They embraced each other, thanking God for making a way when they could not see one. Months later, Grace was able to repair the roof, buy medicine for her mother, and bring food into their home. But she never forgot the difficult days. Whenever someone in the village felt hopeless, Grace would tell them, "Sometimes God doesn't answer when we expect Him to. Sometimes the road becomes difficult before the door opens. But don't give up. Your tears are not wasted, and your prayers are not forgotten." Then she would smile and say, "Keep trusting God. The same God who carried you through yesterday is already preparing your tomorrow." And from that day forward, Grace lived with a new understanding. A delay is not always a denial. Sometimes God is preparing the blessing while He is preparing you to receive it. So if you are waiting for an answer today, don't lose hope. Keep praying. Keep believing. Keep doing what is right. Even when you cannot see the way forward, remember that God can make a way where there seems to be no way.